Good morning, Sophie. Your mom told me you were feeling sad. What's wrong?
Well, it's this city. I don't know anyone here. The school is really nice, but I don't know. Everything feels strange to me.
I'm sure you'll grow to like this city. Let me tell you how it came to be and how it grew. I'm sure it'll lift your spirits. The city's destiny is tied to these waters. This stream flows from afar, but in this part, it's excellent for fishing. And one day, some fishermen discovered it. The place was so promising that they decided to settle nearby. And it stayed that way for a few years.
Years? With just 3 houses, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, most cities around the world started out this way.
Okay, go on.
The fishermen decided to form a clan called White Sun, and this is their flag. From there, another road was built leading to another town, which increased the traffic. Now, a lot of people pass through here, and the fishermen had the idea to build a small market for travelers. Knowing there was food and water here, people began camping in the area. Then, one man saw an opportunity and spent his last bit of money on it. An inn. Now things were about to change quickly. The village's businesses were thriving, and merchants started meeting here. Many people decided not to go away. Hunters, tailors, woodcutters, people with the dream of a new life. Together, they turned a small village into a budding town. So, the White Sun clan decided to invest in a new business. They built a tavern. It became really popular and brought more life to the village at night. But it also started attracting the wrong kind of people. Arguments and fights weren't uncommon, and one day, someone got seriously hurt. The villagers took matters into their own hands. They burned down the aggressor's house and banished his family.
That wasn't nice. I'll never understand why people want to hurt each other.
The merchants decided to organize a militia to keep the place safe. Everyone paid a fee to support it, and the innkeeper built a small tower for them.
Is that the tower that gave the city its name? Well, it's in ruins these days. What happened?
The idea wasn't bad, but the choice of members was.
And why did they build a tower for them? That must have cost a lot of money.
The man who built the inn had already passed away, and his son was greedy. With the family's money in his hands, he thought that by building the tower, he could gain control over the people. But his plans backfired. The militia claimed the tower and took control of the place. They called themselves the Red Militia. People hated them, but there was nothing they could do about it. Despite that, the chaos significantly decreased. And since the area became safer, wealthier people started moving in. The Red Militia hurried to officially establish the town, solidifying their power. And they succeeded. They named the town Red Tower. On top of taxes, no one was allowed to build in the area without paying them. And with wealthy people moving in, they made a good amount of money. The people only realized the full extent of what they'd gotten into when the Red Militia took over the market. Their excuse was, if the town's main business is the market, it should belong to the town. But the people never saw any benefits in return. The leader of the White Sun clan, after losing his market, cut ties with the innkeeper's family, claiming they were to blame for everything that was happening. The heir of the White Sun clan wasn't happy about this at all, because he had fallen in love with the innkeeper's daughter. Their names were Mary and Brian.
Finally, some names.
Yes, they will make a positive impact on the town's history, and their names will be remembered forever. Mary's father feared the Red Tower and didn't want his daughter meeting anyone from the White Sun clan anymore. So he began locking her in her room at the inn. But that didn't stop them from meeting. Hers was the only room with flowers in the window, and Brian found a way to sneak in at night. As the town grew, so did their love, and they decided they could no longer accept their situation. Brian started gathering people to fight against the Red Tower, and many joined the revolt. However, one day the town's leader invited Mary's father to spend the night at the tower. There, he showed him what was happening at his house while he slept. Furious, he grabbed a sword and declared he would kill Brian right then and there. Brian managed to escape, and Mary's father chased him all through the town. People came out of their homes and noticed that the Red Tower guards did nothing but laugh at the scene. This infuriated the townsfolk, who, like lightning in a storm, descended upon the Red Tower. The battle erupted suddenly, and the tower was set on fire. Meanwhile, Brian, still running, jumped into the water, with Mary's father leaping in after him. Brian swam across the stream and looked back. He saw people fighting, the tower burning, but not his pursuer. That remains a mystery to this day. The stream is easy to cross, and Mary's father knew how to swim.
Strange.
Some say something pulled him under the water. Others claim that seeing the chaos, he got scared and fled. The fact is, no one ever saw him again. The night was long, but the sun rose once more. The city was now free, and the population was shocked by the amount of money the Red Tower had hidden. They took the gold and built a mausoleum to honor those who had fallen in the battle. But the largest portion of the money was spent on constructing a road leading north, where there were several mines. This significantly boosted trade, and the city began to truly prosper. The market was returned to the White Sun clan. The population declared Brian their king, something the Red Tower had avoided out of fear of retaliation from the other kings in the region. But Brian was clever. He organized a meeting with the kings and forged an alliance with them. Since then, the city has never stopped growing and is now one of the richest cities on the continent. After the couple's death, their lineage remained firmly in power and continues to this day.
And the name of the city?
The merchants started calling it Half Tower, and the name stuck, eventually becoming official.
If I were queen, I'd pick any name except one associated with the tower.
I think people here like to remember what happened as a story of resilience. The tower in ruins reminds visitors of what these people are capable of when they feel wronged.
Your tactic worked. Now that I know the story, I like this city.
Yes, Sophie. That's the power of knowledge. The more you learn, the more colorful your life becomes. I'm sure you'll do well in this city. The alliance Brian made has kept the peace all these years, which is very rare. That's why there's no castle or walls here. The king rules from what used to be Mary's family inn.
I like it. And I'd love to know more.
All right, but another day. Remember that man who was expelled from the city? This bank belongs to his family. Their story is the next one I'll tell you.
He didn't seem like a nice guy.
Maybe not, but his son was a very resilient man, and the hardships he faced brought him great wealth. See you later, Sophie. I have a few things to take care of. I'll leave you in the company of Brian and Mary.
Oh my God. That's so cool. Thank you for today, Uncle.
My pleasure, Sophie.